Hey there, this is Henry Evans, the Hour a Day Entrepreneur. Thanks for watching this free video series. This video is all about split testing, the ultimate answer to every marketing question that you might have. Let's go ahead and jump right into it here. So, have you ever been asked this question or thought of this question? Hey, will this video work better on this website? Should I try a postcard here? What do you think of this headline? Is it better than this one? How much do you think I should charge for my product? Should I have an upsell? Should it be a one-time offer? Do you think anyone would pay this dollar amount for it? $99 or $2.99 or $10.99, whatever it might be? Well, each one of those is a really good question, and really the answer is that there is no correct answer that works every single time in marketing. You have to really beware of those who say things like you should always use video or you should definitely charge that, because nobody really knows the answer. No, mother does not know best here, because the only vote that really counts is the vote of your prospects and customers. The answer is really simple. It's just to test, and then test some more. Smart marketers always revert back to this. Let your prospects and customers vote, because when you do this, it takes all the guessing out of the equation. So let's talk about how to actually do testing. How do you do it offline? Well, let's start with a very simple A/B split test. Now, there are more complicated tests called multivariate test, but we're going to start with just a real simple one called A/B split testing. It's very easy in theory. You're basically testing one thing against something else or one particular variable. So let's walk through a very simple example here. So you want to sell a widget to 1,000 people you have on a list. You want to sell it for $100 or $200, but you don't know which one's going to actually sell more. So step one would be create your marketing piece, just like you always would, and then you want to change the price. Have half of the pieces or half of the marketing pieces have one price and half have the other price. And then you use a coupon code for tracking. Now this one's going to be pretty easy to track, because obviously you'll be able to see via the price of exactly which offer they're responding to. But if you didn't have that, if you were testing headlines, you could use a coupon code on each one of the pieces to actually test it. So when you do that, after you mail, you're going to review the results. Let's say you got 22 orders at $100 and you got 18 orders at $200. So what you do is you look at the results and you draw conclusions. Now obviously here, if you just looked at the number of orders, you would think that 22 is better than 18. However, if you look and you run this through, you will find that it's $2,200 versus $3,600. So the 18 orders is actually better from a profit standpoint on this particular test. So you have to draw conclusions on what your goals are and figure out which one works better. And once you do that, you then test again. And the idea is you get a big pile of that coming in as you do this more and more. So let's walk through an online example. Now my favorite resource for doing this is the Google Website Optimizer. Google is nice enough to provide it to you for free. It's very easy to use, and everything in the example we just went through applies here, except now you're just doing it online. So Google Website Optimizer actually gives you probabilities. It's very statistical in the way that it presents the numbers to you, and allows you to make educated decisions and even see graphs of probabilities. So let's say that we were doing a split test on a website for opting in, and we were testing out 11 different headlines. Now you'd have to have a lot of traffic to make this work, but let's say that that was the case. You might be looking at a report similar to this right here from Google, which shows your original opt-in, which might be converting at 17.2%, and then all of your other different combinations and what the percentage estimations are of the chance that you can beat the original and what the conversion rates are. So obviously combination number 11 would probably be the best in this case, because it's nearly 31% opt-in rate, and you've got an 89.3% chance to beat the original. Probably would not want to go with combination number 2. That's obviously not resonating with your clients or prospects nearly as well as the messages towards the top, combination 11 and 5 and 9. So this allows you to test. You would then pick combination number 11, and then you'd try to beat that with another test right after that. So this lets you really feel confident before you make choices on your website, and what works today may not work tomorrow. And what works for you may not work for somebody else. You really do have to do testing. And the nice thing about this is this allows you to do it online. It's very easy to do, and Google will randomize the traffic. So half the people will get this, half the people will get that if it's a simple A/B split test. So that's kind of the basics of testing. Let's go through a little bonus here, which is what should you actually test? Well, there's several things you can test. Offer and price is the big one. Find the best offer and price point for the market. Now, an example that I've seen is actually somebody I know is selling an ebook. They sold it at 3 different price points, $27, $97, and $297. Zero impact on the number of units sold. So obviously, selling something for $297 rather than $27 is going to put a lot more profit into your pocket. So headlines are a great thing to test. That's really the second thing you should be testing. It's the ad for the ad. It's really the most important copy that you have in any advertising or marketing piece. Next thing you should be testing are guarantees. You can test out different bold, different guarantees, walk over broken glass guarantee, double your money back guarantee. There's all sorts of things you can do to test there. And then a couple other things to test really are the layout. So color, background, header or no header, images, different images versus no image, photographs. And you can test things that you might not think would work. So you might think I need to do classy photographs or images, where in reality, something that's a little bit more cheesy might actually work better. And you just don't know until you test. So what to test? Look at what other people have done already and use this for a starting point to test your own. One of my favorite resources is abtest.com. So let's look at an example from their page. So this is an example, and it's from a site called CityClick, and their goal was to do a headline split test on their pricing plan. So what they split test was 2 headlines. Businesses grow faster online. That was their original, converting at just over 25%. And they actually did a new headline called Create a Web Page for Your Business, which tested at 47.8%. They did it for 2 weeks, which means it was a statistically significant test. And all that means is that they had enough numbers to confidently predict that it was going to be able to beat the original. And they had an 88.9% improvement on the landing page. That's a quick look at that website, which you should definitely spend some time on. Now here's the actual test itself. Again, businesses grow faster online, 25.3%, and create a web page for your business. You can see everything else was the same. Guarantee was the same. The pricing plan button was the same. Everything below was the same. Just the conversion from the headline alone went up 88.9%. So what does this actually mean? Well, if you have a $100 product and you're getting that big of an increase, that means another $8,890 in additional revenue. So instead of $10,000, you'd be producing $18,890 from the same exact traffic. This can be really dramatic when you continually test. You can really squeeze a lot more out of what you're doing, and you're basically giving yourself a raise with every successful test that you do, which is literally like getting a big handful of that. So it's really important. So let's review the importance of split testing again. So you want to be an expert. Again, don't guess, test. This is an ongoing process. Really, as long as you're in business, you should be testing. Look at what others are doing already and keep it simple. Model the best practices, and really, when you do this, you'll be able to test your way to success. So I hope you enjoyed this quick video on the benefits of split testing. You can get the entire video series online by visiting ouradaybook.com. Hope you have a fantastic day, and we'll talk to you soon.